In the work that we do as therapists, we have to have more than just techniques. Being able to size up a problem, figure out what's on the table, and have a basic strategy of how we're going to solve this thing is incredibly vital. And for that, you have to have sort of meta rules. Signposts that help you through the forest to figure out what exactly is the problem here and how can we get out of this forest of pain and suffering. So I think that there are several steps in being able to figure out, well, how does suffering in life come about? What are the causes of suffering generally that you as a clinician need to look out for? And I think that the starting point is really where feelings begin. What in a person's life is bringing out negative feelings? Negative feelings are actually quite wise. They're a warning sign in a certain respect. Something is wrong. But what ends up happening is those warning signs, those things we need to pay attention to, well, they might be pretty intense. They might make us very anxious, very terrified. And the problem isn't so much the feelings, making the feelings go away, but more paying attention to what they're doing in our lives, because the next step in suffering generally is people, and again, quite reasonably, they don't want to be suffering anymore. They don't want to have this anxiety in their life. So they try and avoid it. They try and sidestep it. They try and get around it. And this is, I think, what the psychoanalysts would call defenses. Or in CBT terminology, this would be cognitive distortions. These are the strategies people use in trying to get away from the tough feelings that they're experiencing. But the problem there, and I think this is the final step in suffering, is, well, those defenses ultimately bring about the symptoms that a person is feeling. So making this distinction is really important clinically. We're not trying to get rid of feelings. That actually is the cause of the symptoms manifesting to begin with, the avoidance that a client is trying to attempt getting out of these tough experiences, getting out of this pain. And again, I can't impress enough, it makes a lot of sense. Wouldn't we all want to try and get out of the pain that we're going through? That's not the point, and you really want to validate that as a sensible strategy, because it is. But what we want to do then is, well, if we're not trying to get out of pain, if we're not avoiding this thing, well, where is the solution found? It's found in how the person is trying to avoid that the real work is done, bringing the person back into awareness of their feelings, which can be quite painful and has to be done delicately in order to glean the wisdom that's in those feelings, to get back connected in life as opposed to running away from it, and trying to figure out strategies of how to better solve those problems that feelings are warning a person about. And again, whether it's, realizing the defenses a person is using, again in psychoanalytic terms, or in cognitive terms, challenging the cognitive distortions. Wherever your training is coming from, ultimately we're all doing the same thing. We're getting a person back in life. We're encouraging a person to act more courageously in the face of the problems that they're confronting, and that we're teaching a person how to hold on in those tough moments, to come out of them stronger, healthier, and more wise. If this video was helpful, go ahead and give it a like and share it with your friends. If you want to support me in my work, check out my Patreon account. And if you want to leave a comment, go ahead and do so in the comment box, or shoot me an email. Just check out my website and you can get it there. See you in the next video.